Hey, y'all, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast, where live music and great stories take center stage. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Teton Guitars. Whether you're picking tunes around a campfire or taking the stage at your favorite honky-tonk, Teton Guitars delivers rich, soulful sound built for the journey. Learn more at tetonguitars.com. Now let's dive into some music and memories. All right. Hey, music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I'm your host, Byron Duff, and I'm here with Carson Jeffrey.
That's right.
We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada during the National Finals Rodeo at the Westgate.
That's right.
Best kept secret in Las Vegas during the NFR.
You're dang right. This is where the party's at.
It is where the party's at.
I truly believe it.
And the music is phenomenal,
right.
Including Carson Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
So you're playing tonight?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow night.
Yes,
Tomorrow. No, tonight is the Huser Brothers.
Yes, sir.
You know those boys?
We do. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're good guys.
We played with them a few times. Yep.
We actually got to interview them in Lubbock
yes,
in October.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guys.
Lubbock's a fun town too.
Cooks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fun deal. So
they know how to party up there. That's
oh man. Yeah. So you are from
Cat Spring, Texas.
Cat Spring, Texas. Where is Cat Spring?
So it's about halfway between Houston and San Antonio, but I always tell people about 30 minutes south of Brenham, Texas.
Okay.
So, yes,
okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Kind of out there in the middle of nowhere out in the country, but
so is that where you were born and raised, or?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
Been there my whole life.
Your whole life.
Yep. Went up to A&M for college up at College Station.
Yeah.
And then headed back down to Cat Spring. So
yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
That's our home base.
So let's talk about your musical journey. Where'd you get started? The family into music?
My uncle played drums, and he was in a couple of bands around there, around Texas and stuff. They did just local bars and stuff and everything. And so I started playing the drums whenever I was real little. A little kid.
Yeah.
And just kind of messed around with it. But then later on, junior high and stuff, I started playing the guitar more.
Okay.
And, was just always just a true fan of it. It was Cross Canadian Ragweed.
Oh, yeah.
I was probably 7 years old, and I had, all the CDs they had put out up to that point.
Right.
And, boy, that's all I listened to was Cross Canadian Ragweed. And then after that, Ryan Bingham came along. And,
right.
William Clark Green.
Oh,
some
yeah.
of those guys. And so I was always just such a fan of the music.
Yeah.
And just started writing some songs in high school, I guess. And playing some little open mics, and kind of scooted through college, and then put out that album my senior year of college.
Okay.
And then a couple of songs kind of hit on there, and I was like, all of a sudden I had a booking agent and a manager and everything. I was like, well,
kind of blew up on you.
I guess we're gonna give it a go.
Yeah. So Ranch Girl Dreams,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Love that song.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was on the first album. That's one of them that really hit. That is High Tonight and a couple of others. So
that is just such a great song.
Appreciate it. Wrote that one. I was at a Cody West concert in College Station, and I was at the Tap down there and standing on the front row. And these girls all had on their Navajo pearls and their turquoise rings. I said, man, I got to write a song about that.
Yeah, so. Love that. My wife's an Arizona girl.
Yeah.
And she has lots of Navajo pearls and turquoise.
Yes,
so
sir.
She's a true Ranch Girl Dream.
That's
so,
right. Oh,
yeah.
Western world and the Navajo pearls and turquoise just kind of go together.
No, that's so cool. Well, I'll tell you what. And you mentioned some artists that I absolutely love.
Yep.
Cross Canadian Ragweed. Yep. I actually got to interview Cody Canada.
Did you really?
One of probably the first 5 or 6 interviews that we did was with Cody Canada at the Braun Brothers reunion in Idaho.
Yeah.
Right? So that's in our backyard.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's such a cool venue and such a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
And they always draw us. And William Clark Green, that first time I ever saw him was at the BBR.
Yeah.
And then we got to see him at Mile Zero Fest.
Yeah.
And just love their music.
They're all killer. I think pretty much everybody in this whole red dirt scene is, exceptional. They're good.
Yeah, once again, that's why we started this podcast. We love live music.
Right.
And we love the Texas red dirt, Americana, if you will.
Yeah.
The Ray Wiley Hubbard and the you just dig deep into that deal, right?
Well, Ray Wiley, we got to open up for him one time, I guess, but he decided that we weren't going to open for him. He was going to open for us.
Really? Because he didn't want to play late.
No, he don't want to play late.
Listen, he's a senior citizen like me, right?
So funny.
It's hard for me to stay up too late. We and we're in Vegas. You know,
Oh yeah.
I've been here 25 years in a row.
Yes, sir.
And my wife has worked for, and she's usually the producer on the podcast, but she's here working for Stetson Clothing Company.
Yeah.
So she's busy.
Right.
So I have to do this all by myself.
Yeah.
Right. So, but no, it's so. We came last night and watched Corb. We got to interview Corb and Chancey Williams. We've had some great interviews, and we appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us because I am a big fan, especially Ranch Grill Dreams. I mean, that's just a great song.
Yes, sir. No, it's been fun for sure.
So you wrote that song.
I did. Yep.
Yeah. Did you co-write it with anybody? It's
No,
all
sir.
on you.
No, I think I wrote it in the truck driving home from a doctor's appointment, if I remember.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Got to the house, picked up the guitar, and finished it up. But no, I don't do a whole lot of co-writing. You know, I've been up to Nashville a little bit and done some co-writing on some stuff. Some of the recent songs we put out are like "Rope the Moon," "Marlboro's at Midnight." So some more of these newer ones. I've been doing some more co-writing.
Sure.
I've always just kind of written by myself. Kind of just because I'm down there not around anybody, you know?
Right. You're not really in the music scene a little bit. Do you know Zach Aaron by the...
I don't believe so.
Okay. So, he's down there closer to Houston, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not far from where my dad grew up. My dad grew up in Cold Spring, Texas.
Okay.
Which is just down by Cleveland.
Okay. So, we when we were down there, we were supposed to get together with him, and we didn't get a chance to because that's kind of away from the real music scene. So you got Austin and New Braunfels and San Marcos,
and
Wimberley, that kind of the hill country.
Yeah, for sure. Even College Station. I mean, it's not far to College Station. We're an hour and 15 minutes, and I got a lot of buddies that live there.
But in Texas, that's a long ways. I mean, because there's a zillion little towns between you and College Station.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and especially, I mean, you know, we've been so busy the past 4 or 5 years that I don't know, kind of just hard to slow down and make time to go out. Because you're exactly right. In Texas, you got to drive to go right with somebody.
Right.
When in Nashville, you fly in, you go next door.
Yeah.
You're right.
Music grows right there.
Exactly.
So it is. They don't call it the big machine for no reason. It's a big machine, and we've been fortunate enough to interview several Nashville songwriters.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting and a different process than some. And so. And it's really interesting to me because everybody's very different, and we talked about this, and maybe my listeners get sick of it, but that process is to some people it's very personal.
Yeah,
they don't want to share that
for sure
experience, and others it's just like whatever. I don't care. I'm just happy to have somebody to write with.
Oh yeah, I love going up there to Nashville and writing. It's because it's so different.
Yeah,
it's so, and even recording up there is different.
Right,
it's a different pace. It's a different mindset kind of when you walk in those rooms, especially the writing rooms where, no telling how many of those songs were written in those rooms.
Oh, yeah.
And you get to go in there and, blessed enough to go sit down and try and write one yourself.
Right,
and,
right.
I've written some great songs up there. Like I said, Rope the Moon and Marlboro's Midnight and some of that stuff that's done really well for us this year.
Sure.
So I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of just... At home in Texas, when I'm down there, I'm kind of just writing by myself out of necessity.
Sure.
I got a couple of buddies down there that I go and write some stuff with, but still, it's an hour drive, or
Right. But, well, Texas. The Texas music scene is its own world.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, compared to Nashville, I mean, Nashville is more. I don't know. The radio scene, the poppy stuff,
sure.
but you get into Texas. Texas is its own. I mean, it's huge.
It is,
and there's so many talented artists in that country.
Yep, people have made a pretty good living and never left the state.
And never left the state. Yeah.
It's definitely got its own deal down there, and the fans are different too, I believe.
And your Texas fans are very, very loyal.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah, you just have a huge following there, and it's such a cool place because you've got some really cool historical venues like Green Hall.
Yep, we're playing that one next week.
Are you really?
Yes, sir. That's 21st.
So we actually got to see our first show. I've been there 4 times, but had never seen a live show. And we actually did 3 interviews in Green Hall.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
who'd y'all see?
So we saw Cody Canada and The Departed.
Okay.
And his kids opened for him.
Yeah.
So Waves in April. And we actually interviewed Waves in April.
Awesome.
And we actually had interviewed Cody in Idaho at the BBR.
Yes,
but
sir.
we interviewed the kids up there as well. And then we interviewed them again, the full band in New Braunfels. And then we saw Jack Ingram.
Yeah.
And
Jack.
Billy Joe Jones opened for him. Do you know Billy Joe, the little blonde?
So
she was here this week, and I got to interview her here.
Cool, I'll have to check that out.
She's had 2 #1 hits on Texas country radio.
Okay, what's her name one more time?
Billy Joe Jones.
Gotcha.
And she just won the Emerging Artist of Texas country music.
Cool. Yeah. I'll have to check her stuff
really, really. Yeah, she's a cute girl and really talented.
Awesome.
Got big pipes on her, and she opened for Jack, and Jack put on a hell of a show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would love to sit down with Jack someday. Jack has his own podcast.
But he's a cool guy. He leaves it all on that stage for sure.
Oh man, yeah. And we saw him first time we ever saw him was in Idaho at the BBR.
Yes, sir.
And because he's been up there a couple of times, and just really like Jack's music, and he's just extremely talented.
We like playing with him. We played a handful, maybe 4 or 5 shows with him, opening up for him.
Yeah,
we opened for him at Green back in the day, and I think Hot Spot up there and Cedar Park and stuff. But we love playing with Jack.
So who you headlining your own show at Green, or are you opening it for somebody? You're headlining.
We've sold Green out. I guess I know for sure the past 2 times, maybe 3, but I know for sure 2.
Yeah.
So we opened up Green a lot the past 4 years, and then I guess for the past 2 years or so we've gotten a headline.
Well, what I love about Green is that one, it's just historical, but a sellout there's 800 tickets, right? And it's not overwhelming.
No.
I mean, you can still move around in there, and it's cool.
I will say though, we played it, I guess, last June or July or somewhere right in there, maybe August. I don't know, sometime right in the heat of the summer, and it was like 105 that day.
That's got to be miserable.
That old sun was cooking on that metal roof.
Yeah.
And we went on stage and sold out that night, and we get done playing and get off after the encore. And they got that bathroom right. Kind of the green room.
Yeah, the green room. Yeah, it's quite. Yeah. People don't know the story about the Willie door, because Willie wouldn't walk through all the crowd.
Yep.
They went through with a chainsaw and cut a hole in the back of the building.
Yep. So after the show, like as soon as I walk off stage, I went back there and I just like put my hands on the sink, and I'm just sitting there. And I remember looking in the mirror, and I'm just like beet red, and I was like, I don't think I'm okay right now. Like I might be having a heat stroke at the moment, because I mean it was hot.
It has got to be a boiler.
That was the hottest. I think it was the hottest show I've ever played in my life, and that was at Green there. But man, when you walk on that stage with a sold out night, when you take those first steps up there and see everybody, I mean, there's a different energy.
Well, it's almost a religious experience. It's got to be.
I tell everybody,
as an artist,
I tell everybody when you walk up there on a sold out night like that, I said the air is like charged. Like there's this buzz in the air, and you can feel it on your skin. Yeah, it's weird. It is a religious experience for sure.
Yeah. It's got to be like playing the Ryman or playing the Grand Ole Opry.
Ballroom has the
Canes.
When you walk out there, you can feel it.
Yeah,
in that room
and
too.
so we when we made our trip down there, we spent 10 days. Spent 7 days in New Braunfels.
Yeah,
and got to interview several artists in the area, and then we got to do 3 and they were so gracious. I'm like, hey, we're doing a podcast. Can we interview? Yeah, go ahead. It's no big deal. Yeah. Right. And so they were so cool. But we went out to Devil's Backbone, checked that out. We wanted to go, so we went to Fort Worth, and actually we got to meet Steve Helms. Actually, we didn't get to meet Steve up there, but we saw him play there at the Longhorn with a bunch of others, because they did the Cloud Covered Sunday fundraiser. Gotcha. And then they did the Tommy Alvarez fundraiser at same day over at Billy Bob's. It's crazy. A lot of artists in town that day. But anyway, and then we went north and went to Oklahoma, and we went up and interviewed Brian White from the Damn Quails. Do you know
wow.
Brian?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
I never
he-
met him, but I know.
Oh, he's a cool dude. I met him in Key West, Florida,
Oh, yeah.
at the Mile Zero
Yes, sir.
Fest.
Yes, sir.
He was playing with John Bauman,
Yeah.
and after their set, I went up and introduced myself to him. I said, "Man, I'm a big Damn Quails fan," and he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Idaho." He goes, "Man, why don't you hire me to come up and do a house show for you?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I can't afford that." And he goes, "Oh yeah, you can." Anyway, and I go, "Well, I'll just follow you on social media and send you me." He goes, No, here's my cell phone number.
Heck yeah.
And then when we made this trip, that was 4 or 5 years ago, and he's like, I called him or texted him and said, "Hey, would you be on my podcast?" He goes, "Absolutely. Come see me." Anyway, it was a great interview. It was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah.
love their music.
Yeah, their music is so cool. Yeah, yeah. So, well, there is so much good music, and every time we turn around, someone's like, "You need to interview this guy.
Yeah.
You need to interview that guy." And I'm like, "I don't know that guy, but
And it
yeah."
seems like there's new people popping up every dang week too.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Plenty of people to talk to.
well, I tell everybody. I said that that Texas area, it's a target-rich environment, right? So lots of music to and interviews to do. So
Yes, sir.
we'll be back down there because it's such a cool area, and we just like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't complain at all. We love. I mean, I started out right there in College Station, and I feel like that helped a lot. Kind of, I was still in school at the time,
Sure.
going to A&M, so I
Sure.
was still hanging out in the bar scene. You know,
Right.
kinda, You know, my friend group was spreading it best I can, but then also I feel like the rodeo community helped a lot in the early
Right.
days.
Sure.
With me kind of being a rodeo kid and just kind of.
So did you compete
I did. Yep.
in what events?
Calf roping and team roping.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
me too.
Yep.
Yeah, I went
grew
to.
up roping, and that's all I ever really did. And then I college rodeoed for A&M.
Okay,
also.
okay.
And then, like I said, we kind of just switched gears when that kind of started popping off. And
Yeah.
I just bought my PRCA permit and went to a few rodeos and stuff. And that's the same time we kind of hit the road. And
Right.
Kind of shifted.
Well, and I think that I think everybody in that Texas scene has kind of cut their teeth in the bar scene in the college towns, right? Whether it's in Lubbock or whether it's at Station or up in Fort Worth somewhere. I mean, there's just such an opportunity there for you to go really, really get that experience and then build your fan base.
Absolutely.
And it happens pretty fast. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got its own thing, and then they latch on to it, and you can build it pretty good, and we're trying to focus more on that this coming year, just to get back to more of our roots. I feel
Right.
like we just past year and a half, 2 years, we just got kind of so busy with just going, and just
Right.
playing, that we kind of forgot, where we started.
Kind of where you started,
what
yeah.
got us to where we are.
Sure,
Not
sure.
really, not the songwriting or anything like that, but just like, just going down the road.
Right.
Like, how'd you
So,
get here?
so how many dates a year are you playing?
Oh man, we're probably doing around 80 or so right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
not a whole lot.
have you played out here before in Vegas?
This is my second year to play in Vegas. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you played last year, or
Yes, sir. We didn't do the Westgate last year. Well, I did actually. I did an acoustic show here with Jared Morris,
okay?
and then we had a couple other little stuff in town. I did a deal with Tyler Halverson over at MGM and
Okay.
other deals.
Yeah.
But this is my first year to have the band out here at the Westgate. So,
Oh, cool,
yeah.
cool. Well, it's funny because, yeah, we'll tell the story. I sat down at a blackjack
That's right.
table here a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
and we had already made the plan to have the interview, but we hadn't met yet.
Didn't know.
And no. So we got to sit down and play cards and kind of get to know each other a little bit there. So it was kind of fun. But this is such a great time of year here, in Vegas. You get to come out and see all your friends, and for me, I've been here 25 years in a row, probably close to 30 years over the course of the time it's been here in Vegas. Since I think '86 was the first year it came here, but it's kind of like a big reunion for everybody.
Yeah. That's what I told the guys last year. I said, when we played a couple shows, I said, this is kind of like the Mecca. This is where it's at. This is everything. And I said, we're gonna be here the next 25 years. That was the exact number.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, perfect.
25 years playing. I said,
I love that. I love that. I love that because even King George, he's like, I'm gonna retire, but he comes back every year to the NFR and plays.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
In Vegas, it's NFR.
Well, and it's
if you're a rodeo person like I am, you want to be out here in the middle.
Yeah,
of it.
Yeah. It's cowboy town for sure.
Absolutely. You look across those card tables and there's all the cowboy hats.
Oh yeah. Well, what did that gal tell us when we sat there? A lot of handsome cowboys at this blackjack table. So I love that. I said, well, there's one old one and some young handsome ones. Yeah. But no, it's cool. Well, we appreciate you taking the time because I know you guys get out here and you get pulled a million directions. Everybody's wanting to interview you and wanting you to come play and do different things, and so it's really cool that you take the time to sit down with somebody like me, and you're very approachable, and I appreciate that, and it's been cool. So if you would take that Teton guitar. So that's an Idaho company.
Cool.
So next time you come out to God's country in Idaho, and I don't know where the hell my pen went. Maybe it's right here in my pocket. But I'm going to have you autograph that when we get done.
Yeah.
So, sure. But set it up. Tell us what you're going to play us.
Yeah, you need me to move the mic different?
You move that mic over closer to you, and this mic right here will pick up the guitar.
Gotcha.
So I'll turn that up.
About like that there?
Yep. Perfect.
Cool.
I'll maybe do a little tweak on this.
Cool.
So what do you got?
I'm going to play Only Star in My Sky.
Okay.
This is one I wrote a couple of years ago. I was trying to write a song around the house one day, and it just wasn't really working.
Mm-hmm.
And I set the guitar down, went outside, and I actually just went down to the barn and started roping the dummy.
Yeah.
And started humming this little tune, just kind of about what was going on in life. And we flew out to Nashville, I guess the next week.
Okay.
Recorded it. And I flew back late Saturday evening and proposed to my wife in the chicken coop.
Oh, congratulations.
And which I wrote this song about her is where I was getting at.
Okay.
But, and then we just had a little girl the other day too. And so
well, congratulations.
Appreciate it. She's 2 months old the other
day. Fun.
And I tell everybody now, I said, this song, I got a feeling it's going to be about her too. So if she's anything like her mom and daddy.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, there's nothing better than babies around. We got a 8-month-old grandson.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
She wears around my buckle like it's the hottest thing in style. She steals my sunglasses, makes me squint the whole drive. She's tough as nails, I got the softest heart. There's a cloud up in the sky. Don't know what I did to deserve her. Every day I ask God why. But she's antique stores and coffee shops. She's a hand I'll always hold. She'll stick you if you get too close, like a pretty desert rose. She's cold as ice when you piss her off. She's hot on a Saturday night. She's a 1 in a billion, the only star in my sky. She's a little house with a clean porch, with a cactus in a pipe. She's don't you come in dirty, leave your boots off outside. If I could give her the world, you know I would, but all I got is what I got. She's always quick to remind me that what we have is more than alright. She's antique stores and coffee shops. She's a hand I'll always hold. She'll stick you if you get too close, like a pretty desert rose. She's cold as ice when you piss her off. She's hot on a Saturday night. She's a 1 in a billion, the only star in my sky. I know that no one's flawless. There ain't no reason to try. She'll tell you that she's crazy, but she's perfect in my eyes. Well, she's antique stores and coffee shops. She's a hand I'll always hold. She'll stick you if you get too close, like a pretty desert rose. She's cold as ice when you piss her off. She's hot on a Saturday night. She's a one in a billion, the only star in my sky. She's a one in a billion, the only star in my sky.
Oh yeah, thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
That is so cool.
I appreciate
I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to piss her off. Find a spot on there,
Yeah.
probably on the
Yeah.
side. Yeah,
Okay,
the
yeah,
back
right
is
there.
covered up.
How about the top? Maybe it won't.
Yeah. We ain't gonna sign the top. That's too pretty. So that's a spalted maple,
Yeah.
solid top guitar, and
Sounds great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Teton Guitars always loves to hear the artists when I tell them.
Yeah.
That people enjoy playing it.
Yes, sir.
That is the third one, and we're giving this away. We're actually, so Monday after the NFR, so it's been autographed by a bunch of the NFR contestants
Gotcha.
and some Yellowstone actors and even an NFL Super Bowl champion.
Really?
Yeah, Bear Pasco signed it.
Ooh, cool.
So,
Well, honored to have my name on it.
yeah, well, I appreciate you taking the time. This has been really, really cool. So tell them, where can they find your music?
Music's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora, all the good stuff, and
It's just under
Carson Jeffrey.
under Carson Jeffrey.
And then check us out on all the regular socials,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I try to keep up with it all, but
Perfect. Well, it's a full-time job. I mean, dude,
God.
just trying to keep track of everything we got going on here at the finals. We try and post every day and post stuff, and I'm gonna have to hire a full-time social media guy.
I know it'll drain you if you're not careful. It takes its own world. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you taking the time. This has been so fun, and it's cool to get to know you. And once again, I love Ranch Girl Dream.
Thank you.
That is when I found that song by happenstance and shared it with my wife. She's like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
she absolutely loved it because it's kind of about her.
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind.
Heck
So
yeah.
anyway,
Yep.
but hey, Carson, thanks again.
Thank you so much. for
Appreciate
having
your
me.
time.
Absolutely. Thanks for the help
All right.
on the blackjack table.
Oh, now, you kind of, you're gonna let's go have some dinner. No, I'm
That's
just
right.
kidding. Hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm your host Byron Duffin here with Carson Jeffrey in Las Vegas, Nevada at the National Finals Rodeo. Thanks for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you somewhere down the road. Adios for now.